This year, 27 journalists from across the country gathered in Southern Ontario for the Automobile Journalists Association of Canada's annual Eco-Run event. What is Eco-Run?
Eco-Run is a showcase of environmentally friendly cars. So this year we have 27 vehicles participating, and it's not just one particular one. We have pure electrics, we have plug-in hybrids, conventional hybrids, we have diesel-powered vehicles, we even have a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. Most of these vehicles also are highly efficient gas options. Eco-Run just combines everything of the latest, greatest green technology that the auto industry has to offer.
The point is to show that there's fuel-efficient technologies in every market segment. We've got pickup trucks, we've got SUVs, we've got sedans, we do have some pure electrics, we have hybrids. We have a Porsche 911, it's a sports car. It gets much better fuel consumption than the previous generation 911 did. So the idea is to show that there's a wide range of technologies that can help you save on your fuel bill.
This year's the fifth version of Eco-Run. We started back in 2012, and we're calling this kind of a coming back home celebration, because we started in Ontario in 2012. We're back in Ontario this year, and our route comes from Toronto. It goes from Toronto to Ottawa. We all started with our opening ceremonies at the Evergreen Brickworks. We were there 5 years ago. It was a nice celebration with the sponsors all in line, and then from there we took it to Oshawa at the University of Ontario Institute of Technology. We were there again back in 2012. The journalists got a great chance to learn more about what the university does with their wind tunnels and some insights to what the students do over there. And after that, it takes us to this beautiful place here in Cobourg. Tonight we're off in Belleville, and tomorrow's a new adventure as we head back to our nation's capital in Ottawa.
Is it a competition?
It's actually not a competition. There's a lot of awards out there. We are purely a showcase. There's no winner at the end. What we do, however, is track each vehicle's fuel economy data. We score it, and it's really for the consumer. It's about educating the consumer and seeing what's out there. They can see how these vehicles score on a real-world driving setting.
Tell us about the Green Jersey.
Well, the Green Jersey is actually a competition just for the journalists. So we take all the fuel economy data aside from all the vehicles. They have their own little competition amongst each other.
I managed to win the coveted Green Jersey 2 years ago. I missed by half a percentage point last year, and while I'm wearing a red jersey today, by Friday I expect to be wearing a green one again.
How the Green Jersey is scored is basically based on their fuel-efficient driving techniques.
Now, what I've done during those last hours is to be in this Zen attitude that I think you need to have to achieve that kind of driving.
So their fuel economy data is compared to the official NRCan fuel economy data, and by there we kind of figure out who the Green Jersey winner is.
It's actually a lot of fun. There are some people who are taking the competition for the Green Jersey extremely seriously. Me, I'm kind of probably halfway in between. It's really, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, you get out of the car and the first thing people say to you is, "What mileage did you get?" And I usually lie and tell them I got way better than I did.
Once you get over about 60 or 70 kilometers an hour, aerodynamic drag really starts to cost you in fuel consumption. And yeah, I like going fast, but when there's a prize on the line for fuel consumption, well, I'll find a way to do that too.
We know that the environment can benefit from new technologies, but how will the consumer benefit from the Eco-Run's continued exposure?
Well, I think it's an important story for the consumer. I mean, fuel consumption is driving the industry like it's never done before.
If the consumer is smart, they will pay attention to the results that we get.
I'm pretty sure that, in fact, I'm certain that consumers are working on the internet to look for fact. And it's one thing to hear from the manufacturers that this specific vehicle can achieve this specific mileage. But now you have 20-something journalists with a lot of experience who are indeed in real life testing those vehicles.
It also really drives home the fact that your driving techniques have a huge influence on your fuel consumption.
A lot of it is seeing ahead, visualizing what's ahead. You could coast to a stop sign, you could coast to a street light that's red.
If you drive in a sensible manner, you can save yourself a lot of fuel. A friend of mine always uses the phrase, why would you accelerate into brake lights?
I never really think very much about how I'm driving. I just sort of go and, press on the brakes, press on the throttle, whatever it takes. But this time I just drove in from Belleville to Kingston. Here we are in Kingston. And I got 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers that I had to use up in gas to get here in this RAV4 hybrid Toyota. And the last time I drove this RAV4 hybrid, I got 8.5. I wasn't even thinking about it. And I was thinking, oh, well, I guess it's not such a great hybrid after all. But that's because I was flooring it every time, I guess. I wasn't driving it in a sort of way that I should be driving it, and certainly in the way that I should be driving it from now on. You know what? From now on, I'm going to be a little bit more conscious about the way I drive, because I've seen what a difference. That's half the amount.
Ajax EcoRun has been well received by various dignitaries and media along the way. By them sharing the same enthusiasm, it's helping to create a more efficient and greener future.
We're working with numerous partners across Ontario to put electric charging stations everywhere we can.
What are a few of your favorite moments along the way?
Oh, you know something? It's a lot of fun. You get a lot of us together who we might not see each other throughout the year. It can be a lonely profession if you're just typing away in your little office.
It's a great group of people, and it's kind of fun to be seeing everybody in a relaxed environment.
I really like going to the drive-in. I wasn't so keen on the movie itself, but the movie's only a part of it with the drive-in experience, right? We got to park right up the front, see the screen, we got popcorn, we got great food out of the food truck. I mean, normally you get like crappy burgers and hot dogs and things out of a food truck, and this was decent stuff. Felt good from it. And got to hang out with people, and then, after a while you have to wind up the windows to stop the mosquitoes coming in. But hey, it was good.
The winner of the Canadian Fuels Green Jersey with an average efficiency score of 157.3% is Jim Kenzie, a repeat winner.
What the EcoRun has taught us is that efficiency is not just based on fuel economy alone. Combining new technologies of today with a dose of education and common sense driving, eco-friendly vehicles are rapidly moving forward to a brighter and greener future.
Just to respect all the time the speed limit could be something of a challenge, because suddenly things are moving really slow. And I'll tell you two things. When I'm doing this on the highway, I think it's perfectly boring. I'm passing people usually, and I'm asking myself, how can they live their life at 100 kilometers per hour? And I still don't have an answer for that. But when I'm driving in the countryside, slowly, then suddenly it's another game. I'm beginning to appreciate what's around me. I'm looking at everything much more with a discovering attitude. I do like that.